Glassy, I'd love to bring you in the conversation. You're a well-established, to say, business person overall. If you have anything to add about, criticism, anything like that, I'd love to get your take as well.
I love what was said in terms of let it be progressive. Like anyone could criticize, but who's actually going to use their imagination, interpret, like do some critical thinking, bring it forward in a way, not only that it's some wild idea that someone could do, but bring it all the way home. Bring it to something that you could do. Bring it to something that you could do. Even if you can't do a great job of it, that's fine too. And let it be known, I'm going to do the best. I'm going to take a crack at this, and I'm going to put it up there for someone else to iterate and make it better. But I think that's the route. Or at least maybe cite a example of what you're talking about. I think communication in general is far more difficult than we actually think about. Like we just wield our words out there. We just throw these sentences out there and think they're all landing. But realistically, there's a huge resistance. So by the time that's landing on people's ears, they're maybe just capturing some portion of it, some different connotation. They're drifting off in their own mind. So to make things simple when we're communicating, especially to crowds, and to use frames of reference that everyone can relate to are really important in terms of positioning. And this relates to criticism, because ultimately what is criticism but relaying of information? And if it's just critical, now we can be taking away from this intangible, this thing that we can all feel, but it's hard to measure. And we call it a vibe. Like, is the vibe there? Is it a vibe that you feel comfortable with, or that you feel secure? Like, we know a safe space and we know a toxic space. And I know I looked long and far and found a lot of nonsense spaces, not to say they were necessarily toxic, but just talking about such superficial things that I personally couldn't relate to it.